So we're here with Matt Dawson. Firstly, Matt, you're fronting the Culture Cleans Britain campaign. Can you tell us a little bit about the scheme and what you're trying to achieve?
I can, yeah. Myself and Phil Tufnell have joined forces with Culture UK to try and improve some of the community spirit and the community areas that are around the country. There was some research commissioned by Culture on how we know our neighbours and how we know our own community and how we feel about our community. And surprisingly enough, it wasn't quite as positive as everyone would have imagined. So Culture have asked Phil and I to draw up a competition. We're going to ask people out there to send photos into Twitter and to Facebook, social media outlets, and send us their pictures of their sports fields, of their community centres, of their sports centres, and ones that need a little bit of a spruce up.
Brilliant. Moving on to rugby, obviously England tour New Zealand this month. How do you think the team will fare against the All Blacks side that is very strong at home?
Yeah, I mean it's a tough tour. England have got good spirit. They've got a great team ethos. Coaching staff have worked really hard with them. It's going to be tough down there. In England, well, teams just don't win. Very rarely do they win in New Zealand. So a 1 win out of 3, I think, is a brilliant result considering the squad that are down there, the injuries they have, the season that they're on the back of. I think 1 win out of 3 would be a success.
Obviously, you mentioned the players that are missing. Considering the initial squad, there's a missing number of key players. Do you feel it gives the players who perhaps haven't been in Stuart Lancaster's first team squad or in his choice to put their name in the shop window, maybe?
Well, without fact, I mean, because of the nature of players not being available, there are opportunities for others, and absolutely there are going to be some key positions that are going to be filled by second, third, sometimes fourth choice players. They're going to get one shot at it. They're going to get one chance to impress Stuart Lancaster and the rest of his coaching staff. So it's up to them, and even in adversity, even if they do lose to the All Blacks, their performance will be marked accordingly. So yeah, there's some great opportunities for those players to put their hand up and say that they're ready to play at the highest level of the World Cup.
In the build-up to 2003, you were part of the squad that beat Australia and New Zealand in preparation for the World Cup. How much confidence did this give you moving into the tournament?
It did give us enormous confidence, mainly because it was winning down in New Zealand and Australia. When you're away from home, it's a lot more difficult, and winning those games gave us that confidence. We'd previously won in South Africa on a tour in 2000. So to win those games, all of a sudden we'd beaten the big 3 away from home, and so the World Cup was in Australia. We had no reason to worry. We knew that we could win away from home. I'm not so worried about that for this England side because it's a home World Cup, and I'm not worried if we never win another away game until the World Cup. If we win every home game, then people will fear coming to Twickenham, and so the autumn series is going to be vital. And the Six Nations will be crucial too.
Do you think that success moving into the tournament could be the catalyst for this squad in 2015?
Yeah, I think the Six Nations will be absolutely vital to the momentum that England need going into the World Cup. They'll have some warm-up games ready to go into the September of 2015, but competitive rugby, that's the last one's going to be the Six Nations, so they will be looking to win that and set a marker out for everybody else.
For example, say if this doesn't happen, perhaps England struggle in the build-up to the World Cup. How damaging could it be for the younger players' careers?
Well, listen, it is going to be a tough tour of New Zealand. There are going to be occasions where it's backs against the wall stuff, and you could be 10 or 15 points down, and you go either way. Either you throw the towel in and you get done by 30 or 40, or you fight for your lives and fight for your white shirt and your position, and you stick in there and you lose by 5-10 points and it's respectable. I think the way that Stuart Lancaster's team line up, I think the mentality of those players, they'll be on the latter. I think they will fight to the death. I think they'll stick in there. I think they'll struggle to win the early games, but come test 3, when the players are into a little bit of a rhythm, then they could really challenge for a victory.